And that's just a fact. Unfortunately, we live in a society where there is a hierarchy of attractiveness, and some people are lower down and some people are higher up. It's also harder to date when you're like lower down in the hierarchy because there's like a smaller pool of people who would find you attractive. So you have to pick between that smaller pool, and within that smaller pool, it's hard to find someone that you're actually compatible with. So it's like there's a lot of things that factually make it harder when you are lower down in the hierarchy of being pretty. Like, it's not as simple as just being confident or actually loving yourself. Like, there's just things that you go through in the world and things that make a difference in your life because you are not higher up in the hierarchy of being pretty. So today I want to talk about toxic positivity, in particular to people that come online, including myself, because I'm someone who's also done this. People who come online and express self-hate, basically. People who come online and express them not liking how they look, then maybe even calling themselves ugly, unattractive, never being picked, and just not being conventionally attractive. See, we live in an era where social media is being used and has been used as a way for people to express their feelings, sort of like an outlet for individuals to express how they feel about certain things and certain topics. And recently, I don't know if it's been a thing before and it wasn't on my For You page or it wasn't on my home page, but I feel like recently I'm starting to see an increase in people coming online and expressing how they view themselves physically. I'm seeing more and more people coming online and getting emotional, crying about how they don't like how they look. People calling themselves ugly.
I am ugly. I said it out loud. It's not that hard. I've come to this realization and epiphany that I'm ugly.
People calling themselves unattractive. People complaining that they don't get male attention. And I'm seeing more and more people do it. I'm someone who's actually come online and expressed feeling ugly and feeling unattractive. So I can actually give like a personal perspective on it as to why people have done that and the reception that people receive and how it's not always helpful. It's obviously becoming more and more acceptable, and people are becoming more and more comfortable to come online and be emotional and be really vulnerable about how they truly feel about themselves. People would actually feel more comfortable to come on camera or come on social media apps such as TikTok or YouTube or even Instagram and express how they don't like how they look when they wouldn't even tell people this in real life. People are more comfortable to say it in front of a camera. And I think I'll just put it under the category of calling yourself ugly online. I'm not only talking about why people come online and express how they feel about themselves negatively, but also the response, which I will call toxic positivity, and how it doesn't really help people like me. I do think that the number one reason why, well, maybe let me not say number one, but I do think that one of the reasons why people come online and express how they don't like how they look or they think that they're ugly is because they want that quick, easy validation. Like, even a really small creator, someone who doesn't get views like myself, someone who's not huge, if you come online and you make a video about how you think you're ugly or how you think you're not attractive, 9 times out of 10 it's going to get views because it's not something that a lot of people can do. There's a lot of people who think they're not pretty. There's a lot of people who think they're ugly, but not a lot of people would come online and say that. So I think there's a lot of people who can relate to that topic, but not a lot of people who actually come online and say it. So because of that, those videos always tend to get views. Like that video that I did about me expressing self-hate and me thinking that I'm ugly, that's one of my highest viewed videos. I think it is my highest viewed videos if I didn't put it on private. So that shows that like a lot of people relate to that topic, but not enough people make videos about that topic because not a lot of people are comfortable to talk about that online. And what I mean by the crowd that you're going to reach is, what I mean by that is like, I knew that when I post a video about me talking about how I don't like how I look or how I think I'm ugly. I know that there's going to be people in the comments validating me. People saying, no, you're not ugly. I hate that you say that about yourself. You're so beautiful. I think you're gorgeous. You're like the most prettiest girl I've ever seen. Like, don't say that about yourself. You are not ugly at all. I know already, even before I've recorded the video, that those type of comments are gonna be underneath. And that's kind of why I made the video, because I want to hear those things. I want to hear people saying I'm not ugly. I want to hear people saying that I'm pretty. I want to hear people saying that I'm beautiful. I want to hear all those things. So that is a big motivator that I think that a lot of people have when they make those sort of videos. They want that quick, easy validation that they know they're going to get in the comments, because those positive comments will be there to uplift you and for you to feel validated. It's kind of similar to if you're creative or like a creative person and you made a particular item, like let's say you crocheted something for the first time, or you're a drawer or a painter and you've painted something for the first time and you want to feel validated about what you've painted. You're gonna say to someone that you want to show it to that, oh, this is my first time painting, like I don't really like it, I don't think I really did a good job, I'm not confident in this painting. And you say those things because you want the person that you're showing it to be like, no, it's amazing, you did great, I love it. Like, you kind of put yourself down just for someone else to bring you up. It's like a similar thing that I think I know that I did to kind of get the comments that I wanted, just to get that quick, easy validation, if you get what I'm trying to say. People who come online to express that they feel ugly and that they don't like how they look or they feel like they're unattractive, they're saying those things online because they say those things online so that they get the compliments that they don't hear in real life. Everything that people say in the comments about me, when I post a video about how I don't think I'm pretty, I don't hear it in real life. So because I don't hear it in real life, I bring it up so that people can say it to me purposefully, you know? And obviously, people coming to the comments and saying that you're pretty and that you're beautiful and that, you know, you don't feel that way about yourself, you're not ugly. People saying those things obviously comes from a good place, but the problem is that where was those comments before? Do you get what I'm trying to say? They only came after I brought it up. So it doesn't actually help the situation, because afterwards you're like, you kind of second guess if people really mean it or if they're just being nice. You tend to compare yourself to other people who get those compliments without even bringing up the topic. Like, people will post content, like really pretty girls who fit the beauty standard, they'll post content and they'll get all those comments about their looks saying, you're so beautiful, you're stunning. And that person hasn't even mentioned their looks. Whereas for people like me, where we're insecure and we don't like how we look and we don't fit the beauty standard and we think we're not attractive, in order to get those compliments, we have to bring up the fact that we don't get those compliments. We have to come online and say that we're ugly. That's why the toxic kind of, I don't want to say toxic positivity, because obviously people mean well, but that's why when people are under the comments saying that you shouldn't feel that way, that's exactly why we feel that way. Do you get it? Because we don't get those compliments until it's brought up. It's not natural, you know? It's really true. You just question why you didn't get these comments prior to you bringing it up. Another thing that follows after you post your content or express your feelings online about how you feel ugly and how you don't feel attractive, and then you get the toxic positivity comments, another thing that happens after that is kind of distinguishing the difference between what people are saying online and reality, like online comments and real life. Because after you come online and express how you feel and express that you don't feel beautiful and that you do feel ugly, and then people are saying that, no, you are beautiful, no, you are stunning, no, you are gorgeous, no, you do look good, don't say that about yourself, you then kind of get confused, because if it's true, why does my reality not show that? You question, why have I never been moved to? Why have I never had a boyfriend? Why has no one ever liked me? Why has no one ever had a crush on me? Why do I not get attention when I go outside? Why do my friends get attention and I don't? It's like, if all these things that people are saying in the comments are true, why is the proof not in the pudding? Like, why do I not get treated like I'm someone that's beautiful? You have all these people in your comments dismissing what you're saying and be like, no, you're not ugly, you're beautiful. But they've never said that before, and you've never heard anyone say that in your real life. So how could it be true? Obviously, those people who are commenting those things, they're not trying to be toxic positive. They're just seeing someone, they're just being a good human. They're seeing someone who's in a low place. They're seeing someone who's incredibly insecure, and they want to uplift them. They want to make them feel better. They want to make them feel happy. Maybe there's other people in the comments who can relate. So they're trying to uplift you so that they can also feel better about themselves. I think the issue is that a lot of the times when you come online and express the insecurities you have, or that you feel ugly, or that you don't feel attractive, a lot of the times the comments can be quite dismissive to the actual points you're trying to make and how you're saying you don't fit the beauty standard. Like, people in the comments will dismiss the physical factors that the person who made the video has that can make them seem less conventionally attractive in this society. They kind of dismiss it, or they just ignore it completely. When there's people like me that come online and talk about feeling ugly or talk about not feeling pretty, a lot of the times it's more of the fact that I just don't fit the beauty standard. So when people in the comments dismissing what I'm saying, or dismissing, saying, no, you are pretty, no, you are beautiful, I think it kind of takes away the point of the fact that I don't, fit the beauty standard. Like, I don't. Like, those videos of when people are saying they're ugly, it's more of the fact that, like, they don't conventionally fit the beauty standard. They're not conventionally attractive, and they don't benefit from pretty privilege because of that. So their feelings are very valid, and them feeling ugly is very valid. The toxic positivity in the comments when someone has posted a video about how they feel ugly and how they feel like they're not attractive, I feel like the toxic positivity dismisses people's genuine feelings and people's genuine experiences, and also the fact that pretty privilege is real and pretty privilege does exist. Sometimes the comments completely ignore that and act like everybody's equal, or well, not everybody's equal, but they act like everybody is the same level of attractiveness, when in reality there is a hierarchy, and that's just a fact. Unfortunately, we live in a society where there is a hierarchy of attractiveness, and some people are lower down and some people are higher up. Your skin tone plays a part, your race plays a part, your weight plays a part, and certain physical features also play a part. And that's just the reality. It's just the reality of the situation. We can't just pretend that that doesn't exist. Privilege is a real thing that does play a part in people's lives, and people who are pretty, people who are higher up on that prettiness scale or attractiveness scale, whatever scale you want to call it, like, they benefit severely. And the people who are lower down on being conventionally attractive, they suffer. Okay, let me not say suffer. Let me not, make it too dark, but you get what I mean. Like, they don't benefit at all. In fact, they go through a lot because of it. Your looks play a big part in almost every aspect of your life, especially as a female. Your career, how you're treated, a lot of different things. So just acting like that doesn't exist, or dismissing people's experiences and saying, no, you are beautiful, like, be more confident, is just a bit like unfair, because the reality is that on the hierarchy, there are people who are lower down. There are. I'm one of them. And I think that it is what it is. I don't get the same treatment as someone who's prettier than me. It's also harder to date when you're like lower down in the hierarchy, because there's like a smaller pool of people who would find you attractive. So you have to pick between that smaller pool, and within that smaller pool, it's hard to find someone that you're actually compatible with. So it's like there's a lot of things that factually make it harder when you are lower down in the hierarchy of being pretty. Like, it's not as simple as just being confident or actually loving yourself. Like, there's just things that you go through in the world and things that make a difference in your life because you are not higher up in the hierarchy of being pretty. There is a hierarchy. There are people who benefit from pretty privilege and there are people who do not. I am one of the people who doesn't benefit from it. So I think what is more helpful for people like me is to not focus on looks so much. Like, yes, factually, I am not conventionally attractive. I am not someone who fits the beauty standard. Because of my skin tone, I am a little bit chubby. I can work on that, but I can't change my skin tone. I can't change certain physical features about how I look to make me more attractive. Like, there's just some things that I can't change. So I will never reach or be higher, like the highest on the scale that I can be. Like, I can't achieve that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I think once you accept that, you actually start to be a little bit more comfortable in your skin instead of just pretending that everybody's the same when it comes to looks and everybody's attractive in the eyes of the world. Like, it's just not true. There are beautiful people and there are average looking people. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, what's actually helped me was not the toxic positivity in the comments. And like I said before, it's not like a slap in the face kind of thing where it's like, oh, I think all the people that did that were bad people. That's not how I feel, because I know it's coming from a good place and people are just trying to uplift you. So that's not what it is. I think what's actually helpful is accepting and acknowledging the fact that there is a hierarchy. There are people who are beautiful and there are people who are average looking. And if you are one of the people who are average looking, understand that there's more to life than just looks. That's what's actually very helpful. You don't have to be the most beautiful person in the world. There is going to be someone who likes average looking people and cares more about personality. Helpful is just knowing that there's more to life than looks. Focusing more on your personality, focusing more on your craft, your passions, what actually makes you happy, what actually gets you up in the morning is a lot more valuable to me. And once I've accepted that and acknowledged that, once I accepted that and acknowledged that, I've been so much more happy. I barely cry about the way I look. I used to cry about the way I look every single day. I don't even do that anymore. And that's not because the comments helped me. That's just because I realized that there's more to life than looks. And I just accepted the fact that there is a hierarchy and that I'm not anywhere near the top of the list when it comes to that hierarchy. I just accepted that and just chose to focus on other things, because at the end of the day, it's really not that deep.